Well, Chris, ever since Governor Walz announced a new Stay Safe Minnesota order that will go into effect May 18th, we've been getting hundreds of questions from you guys. You guys have been texting us all of your questions about what's actually going to be open come Monday. So in our digital dive, we're going to break down what will and what will not reopen and answer some of our most asked questions. So here's a quick recap. If you're in public, social distancing still needs to happen, but gatherings of up to 10 people are allowed. Groups of more than that, especially with people outside of your immediate family, are still not okay. On Monday, non-critical businesses can reopen, but they'll need a social distancing and hygiene plan in place. Main Street retail, malls, and household services have the green light to open their doors, but only to 50% capacity. However, just because more places can reopen on Monday, it doesn't mean they all will. For example, Rosedale Mall plans to open on the 18th, but Mall of America is waiting until June 1st. And what's not allowed to open just yet are dine in bars, restaurants, salons, and barbershops. Walz says he's currently working to get those businesses reopened and on a plan for that, and that's going to be on June 1st as well. About a bunch of outdoor activities still allowed. Public and private marinas, bait and tackle shops, game farms, and more can be open. A lot of you also been asking us about camping. Under the new order, designated single campsites are okay, but campgrounds are not. And summer's coming fast, so what about all those camps for your kiddos? Well, day programming is allowed under the order, but not overnight sleepaway camps. If you want to see what local businesses are open in your neighborhood, you can text the word OPEN to 763-797-7215. We can send you a link to where you can plug in your zip code and see what's open nearby your home. If you're a business owner trying to get the word out about reopening as well, you can also text OPEN to that same number and get a link to get on our list. And Chris, even though things are opening come Monday, I don't know how fast I'll be running out the door to get to these said shops. I might wait a little bit.
Well, you have the whole weekend to ponder that and how you're going to tackle that situation. Thanks, Alicia.